Starting off at 5, taking a live look outside across several parts of our state on a toasty Sunday afternoon. Crank up those ACs. The heat is only going to continue. We've got a heat wave impacting our state as we reach near record high temperatures today and tomorrow. That could mean triple-digit heat to start off our work week. Good evening. Thanks for joining us. I'm Jennifer Meckles.
And I'm Mark Salinger. We appreciate you being with us this Sunday evening. Want to get right over to 9 News meteorologist Jaden Knowles. And Jaden, the heat really doesn't let up. We're looking at that 100 number tomorrow.
Yeah, that's right, Mark and Jenny. Good afternoon to you guys. And yeah, it's been a hot day this afternoon. We were watching very closely to see if we're going to break that record or not of 98 degrees. And to make sure everybody understands this, that comes from DIA, that we get that temperature from DIA. So DIA today saw 97. We did see 98 here in downtown Denver. So not quite breaking the record or even tying it. So far, current temperatures still hanging steady with an upper 90s. And across the state so far, the upper 90s towards the eastern plains, even some triple digits out there near Ray, 80s and 90s in the high country even. It's been hot across the entire state. No rain across the radar. I wouldn't rule out maybe a pop-up shower or two near the foothills, maybe here in the next couple of hours, but so far, not much across the radar. Here's what you need to know though, if you want to buy a vowel or something in that nature. Turn on your air conditioners. That's what we're going to have for today and also tomorrow as we're expecting the triple digits. Here's your first look at your weather question. Like always, email me your answer choices and I'll be picking the 5 lucky winners. The International Space Station resides in this layer of the atmosphere. What is it? Is it stratosphere, exosphere, or is it thermosphere? We'll be having that answer for you at the end of the show. So good luck to you and, of course, to you as well, Mark.
So that heat that Jaden's talking about is not exactly helping firefighters battling wildfires in our state. There are now 2 new wildfires burning in southwest Colorado that are forcing evacuations. We know the western half of the state has really been the center of all the fires that have erupted over the past month here. Officials say the Elkhorn fire and the Rim Road fire were started last night in La Plata County. The Elkhorn fire is about 145 acres, burning about 13 miles north of the town of Durango. It started as a structure fire before it spread into the San Juan National Forest. Still no containment at this time. There's no reported size or containment for the Rim Road fire right now. Officials say it's burning in the Southern Ute Indian Reservation.
Fire officials say this is a terrible weekend to be playing with fireworks. Come on, guys. Foothills Fire and Rescue says they had to deal with a brush fire on Lookout Mountain. That one started by fireworks. This happened Friday night at the Tears of Zion trailhead. That's on the front side of Lookout. They needed help from other fire departments, but they were able to get that out quickly. Central Texas is still recovering nearly a month now after floods ravaged that region on 4th of July weekend. That flooding caused the Guadalupe River to surge by more than 20 feet in less than 2 hours. Officials report at least 136 people died. Hundreds were originally reported missing, but thanks to the help of first responders from across the country and the world, really, that number was moved down significantly. Some of those first responders who jumped in to help came from right here in Colorado.
Members of Colorado Task Force 1 spent the last few weeks in Texas working on search and recovery efforts. 9 News reporter Janelle Finch caught up with them as they returned home earlier today. Hey, Janelle.
More than 80 Colorado first responders came home today. They say the trip out to Texas was personal and powerful, and it's good to be back. Thank you. Hanging up gear and returning equipment. You got it. The job for Colorado Task Force 1 is almost done.
Welcome home.
After weeks on the road in Texas, the team is back.
It's good to be home.
Steve Azeltine is a task force leader. He says the deployment was challenging, but the team came together to help a community in need.
I appreciate everything that they did.
Azeltine was supported by fellow lead Brandon Garcia.
Yes.
Garcia says most days, first responders were up at 4 a.m.
We were given sections of river, and obviously was to search for the victims and to identify any hazards.
He says he's proud of his team, but the return is bittersweet, knowing they couldn't find everyone.
And as great a job in everything that we did and the purpose that we went with, it's a double-edged sword for each and every one of us because we wanted to accomplish and be able to find every last person.
Azeltine and Garcia say each member of the task force was invested in the mission, and each person was equipped with the tools they needed. But some things had to be left in Colorado.
For all the members on the team, all of those people rely on their families in order to be able to conduct these missions and go away on these trips.
Greg, you have family.
Coming home is coming back to the loved ones who have been waiting weeks for this.
Hug my family, dearly missed, but they're also the motivation, because I know for every one of our responders.
Now, the job is done. The challenges for the team didn't just come from the daily demands, but also being up so close to tragedy. On their return, they stopped at the Texas Flood Memorial Wall. First responders say this was a moment of reflection and the beginning of their healing process, too. Janelle Finch, 9 News.
Yeah, just so many emotions I can imagine going through with those first responders that are there in Texas dealing with such an awful, awful tragedy. Janelle Finch reporting. Thank you.
It was a scary situation on board American Airlines Flight 3023 yesterday afternoon. The flight was supposed to take off from DIA to Miami, but that flight was aborted because of a maintenance issue. This is video of what looks like a tire coming off the plane. Some passengers told us last night they could smell burning rubber. Emergency slides were deployed so passengers could get off that plane quickly. American Airlines says one passenger went to the hospital with a minor injury. Today, the FAA says they will be investigating. That's now the second incident at DIA involving an American Airlines flight recently. More people now have joined a lawsuit against American after another one of their planes caught fire at DIA earlier this year. The plaintiffs in that case are accusing American of negligence after an incident back in March when the plane was heading to Dallas from Colorado Springs when it had some engine issues. The flight was diverted to Denver. After landing, the right engine caught fire and everyone evacuated. This lawsuit claims they were hurt after the airline did not follow emergency protocols. American Airlines has yet to comment about that lawsuit.
Speaking of lawsuits, at the airport, a woman who tripped and fell at DIA now lost her lawsuit against the city. That's according to our reporting partners at the Denver Gazette. The woman was traveling through DIA in August of 2021 when she tripped on a floor mat, falling to the ground. She alleged that she got a traumatic brain injury because of that fall. Last month, a federal appeals court ruled that Denver isn't liable for the floor mat that the woman tripped on. The court said the mat was in a TSA screening checkpoint and not at Denver's responsibility to maintain. The woman argued the city owned and owed her a duty to keep the airport's floor safe. However, the judges said that she failed to prove that Denver had any control over that floor mat.
Aurora police are searching for whoever shot a man while he was in his car in a parking lot overnight. Aurora police say this happened last night in the lot at the Cherry Ridge Apartments. The man told police he was sitting in his chair when the suspects approached him, then shot him. He went to the hospital with serious injuries, and now police are asking the public for any information. 4 people are recovering after a shooting in Denver's Lodo neighborhood overnight. Denver police responded to a shooting near 20th and Market, a block away from Coors. 1 victim is in critical condition. 3 others have minor injuries. Police have not released any details about a suspect or even what led up to that shooting.